Hey to everyone, myself Sandeep Pandey from Rishikesh. Today I have chosen a beautiful topic to discuss with you. Topic name is Introduction on Yoga Sutra, on Patanjali Yoga Sutra. What is a Patanjali Yoga Sutra? Who have written it? What is the goal behind of the rishi, the writer, or a yogi who have written it? On yoga, there are many books are available, many manuscripts are available, which has no time limitation even. Because yoga, it is not 100, 200, 500, 1,000 years old. It is coming last many years. So it has no history, no time limit. So in this cycle, so many yogis, so many masters have learned and shared the knowledge, what they have experienced. They have spread the teaching through the tradition, through their disciples. Patanjali Rishi is one Rishi among many who have systematized the practice on yoga. Before Patanjali Rishi, so many great yogis had a control on yoga. But like Patanjali ji, nobody have systematize it. That's why this teaching as a Patanjali Yoga Sutra is amazing. Very clear, very beautifully is explained. And the beauty of a Patanjali Yoga Sutra is in this teaching you will not find on deities and religion. So many people even have a doubt on yoga. Yoga is the religion. Is yoga train or a guide to religion or talk about religion? Many people in the world have this question and doubt. So I have taken that subject to discuss with you, to understand how yoga practice without believing on a God, without worshipping to God, to practice and attain in higher level and understand yourself, who am I, is a beauty of Patanjali Yoga Sutra. So who is a Patanjali? According to different scholars, masters, they believe 500 years to 200 years before Jesus Christ, they have fixed the time on Patanjali, when he came, when he had a time. Patanjali Rishi was a great yogi who have learned and experienced those teachings and share the knowledge for us. It is a tradition we have in India. What knowledge, what education I have received after completing my education, my training. My duty is become to share the knowledge. So in this tradition name called Guru Shishya Parampara, it is a lineage through teacher and disciple. So Patanjali Rishi, what he have experienced, what he have understood, he have spread the teaching through the Yoga Sutra. You know already what is the yoga is. New word for you is called Sutra. What is a sutra is? In English is called aphorism or thread. A thread have that power to hold many flowers or bits on it. It has the power to connect many seed flowers. That's why we call it the mala. So same thing on the Yoga Sutra, the vast knowledge is systematized on the Yoga Sutra. There are a few stories on the Patanjali Rishi about his life. In the story, it says when his mother were worshipping, she did the prayer and he have fallen on her palms. So that's why the name is called Patanjali. Who have fallen on a palm, we call him as a Patanjali. So Patanjali Rishi was a great scientist, or you can say spiritual scientist. In a modern time, there are so many scientists are working with computer science and other science, other subject. Patanjali Rishi have found how to control our mind and how to deal with our mind. Because everyone are struggling, suffering because of mind. I am happy, she is not happy. She is happy, others are not happy because mind. So in a yoga, one beautiful sutra is given called Mana eva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayoho. Mind is the cause of the suffering and freedom. So Patanjali Rishi have realized, understood, whatever is happening in my body, in my emotion, because of mind. So he have systematized that teaching through the Yoga Sutra, is called Yoga Sutra. Before Patanjali, like Yoga Vasishtha, and so many people have came and talk on the yoga, but like Patanjali, nobody. It is pure scientific, ancient science there on the mind. So on the Patanjali Yoga Sutra, there are 195 Sutra is written. Only 195 sutras. On 195 sutras are divided in a 4 chapter. Only 4 chapters. And on the 4th chapter, he have given beautiful name. First name is called Samadhipada. Second chapter name is called Sadhanapada. Third chapter name is called Vibhutipada. And the last chapter name is called Kaivalyapada. When you see the word, when you see the name of chapter, it makes very clear what is the goal and the purpose behind. Like example, Samadhi. What is a Samadhi and Pada? Samadhi is enlightenment and Pada is a chapter. So on the first chapter, he is talking about Samadhi. On the second chapter, name called Sadhana. Sadhana means tools, a device, a system, a source, like a mobile phone, computer, car. These are the device tools to communicate, to share your knowledge with everyone, to go one place to another place, like that. It is called sadhana. There is another word is called sadhana, as a spiritual practice. Then, after second chapter, next chapter is called Vibhutipada. Vibhutipada, which is called the glimpse of fruits of your practice. In the third chapter, Patanjali ji have explained very nicely, when you will follow the yoga path, when you will follow intense practice, when you will go deep in the meditation and the spiritual training, what you get it, what you will receive from the nature, from the space, from the higher consciousness. What the nature will give you. So those fruits, benefits are explained in the chapter 3. And then the last chapter name is called Kaivalyapada, the liberation, the freedom chapter. Because the goal of a human life in a yoga, on a yoga training, is to liberate yourself, to become free from this cycle of life. I don't know how many lives I have taken. You don't know how many lives you have taken. In this cycle, even, how many times I came in a human body and how many times I have taken in an animal's life, I don't know. So this cycle of life, those masters have understood is not easy, not comfortable. It's a very painful, suffering. Like a Buddha, Gautama Buddha, who have founded, who have taught the Buddhism teaching, meditation technique. He have realized and found in the life everywhere is a pain, suffering, misery. Like him, Other people have realized. That's why they have given the word called freedom, moksha, to become ocean. Because it's not easy to live in this life. In each life we suffer, very tough. So for that purpose, to not struggle, to not have a pain, misery, the last and the final journey goal is a moksha, kaivalya. Who they have reached, who they have attained the kaivalya, they have taken the rest, peace, they have attained on the peace for long, long, long time. When the time comes, then you come in the next body, you get the new body, and then your journey start. This body will die, is guaranteed. But which energy, which is the reality of you, is never die. So Patanjali Rishi have talked about that nature, that power. So 195 sutras are very important for us and for practitioners. Those are on a yoga path. Without a yoga sutra, you cannot be a complete yogi. Without a yoga sutra, you cannot be a good practitioner. Because yoga sutra tell us when you do the pranayama, how should be your pranayama, how to practice. Without a yoga sutra, even you cannot understand the meaning and purpose of a posture. So Patanjali Yoga Sutra, it is the base, the root of yoga, and asana, pranayama, pratyahara, satkarma, meditation are the techniques to apply and follow. So Patanjali Yoga Sutra. Sutra is a aphorism. In a few words, few sentences, you have completed your word. What you want to say, what you want to write, it is called sutra. In a Laghu Siddhant Kaumudi in Sanskrit, they say, Alpaksaramasam digdham saravadvi satomukham. In few words, as less as possible. Completed your sentence, your experience, your teaching. Alpaksaramasam digdham saravadvi. Like the essence, meaning should not change, should not leave. Do not miss the meaning. And which has the power, when you explain the sutra, is become vast. That's why he have used the sutra, because in ancient time it was the tradition. Before the pen and papers, technology have not developed, it was a tradition, culture we had in ancient time. Whatever a master, teachers taught you, you have to memorize, you have to complete by heart. In this time, system has changed. It is not necessary, not compulsory for us. So that's why Sutra ways help to memorize. It's become easy. So there are many sutras in a Sanskrit grammar. For your knowledge, I'm telling you, 4,000 sutras in Sanskrit grammar is given. In ancient time, it was a compulsory for everyone. Whoever they go to study, they have to memorize first all 4,000 sutras. But in this time, not necessary. Yes, in some place in India, still that tradition is going on. It helps. So when you read the Yoga Sutra, you will see very short. In a few words is written. Few sutras only are the longer sutras than those sutras. What was the purpose behind to write in a short? Because the student can memorize easily and explain beautifully, nicely. So first sutra I will take today is called Atha Yoga Anushasana. It's a very important sutra. So I have taken for you first sutra, Atha Yoga Anushasanam. What is the Atha? What is the Yoga? And the Anushasana. There are three words, Atha, Yoga, Anushasanam. If you say together, then it becomes two, Atha, Yoganushasanam. The becomes silent, so it's become Yoganushasanam. When you read separately, is it different? Atha, Yoga, Anushasanam. So here, Atha word is a very important for us, for other also. Then come the Yoga, Anushasanam. What does mean of Atha? Simply, on Atha, in English is called now. Yoga means of yog, and Anushasanam means a discipline. So basic meaning, simple meaning of the sutra is, now yoga start with discipline. Or you can say now discipline start on yoga. So whoever, it is not for me, it is not for you personally, it is for everyone. Whoever are doing yoga, whoever are practicing yoga, it apply on them. So here you have to understand what is the goal behind, why he have used it. What? Discipline. All over the world, people are doing the asana and those practices. Ask them, check them, are they disciplined? Sometimes people does the practice, sometimes doesn't. So Patanjali Rishi had a goal to not teach only posture, first thing. Second thing, he have never think this yoga will become differently in the future. So what Patanjali Rishi is teaching is totally based on this spiritual life, totally based on self-transformation. Please try to understand. Patanjali ji is not teaching to believe on something. Patanjali ji is not teaching to change your religion. It is practical base. So, atha, it seemed something was going on. Now I'm going in detail, please, on word of atha, now. Why? Now is there. He can use or can say yoga anushasana. But why he have used atha? Because there is some reason, some goal. So now, on this time, now means on this moment, whatever I have done in last 20, 30, 40 years in a life, but now my mind changed, my desire has changed. Now I want to change in my life. That's why Patanjali ji have used this word. The moment you think, the moment you decide, that moment, that time is very auspicious to you, to me, or to others. This transformation, it happened on now. That's why many motivational speakers, philosophers, yogis have used the word of now. There is one famous book is published in the West called The Power of Now. So try to understand the power of now. Then you will understand the yoga and anushasana. So many people have written and understood and talk about power of now. Patanjali ji have used this word now 200, 300 years before Jesus Christ. So we are in 21st century and add 200 more. It's like many years, right? So you can think about how those yogis have understood and applied. So atha, now, is very important in our life. Even if you want to open a factory, if you want to open a school, business, anything, when you think, when you decide, when you plan, when you make sure, clear on the subject, on your goal, that time is very important. So same rule Patanjali ji, same method Patanjali ji have used it. That's why very, very important on yoga for us. Then the next word is called the yoga. Yoga is not only the posture, the original yoga, pure yoga, organic yoga practice. There are many types, variation, way, style of yoga is going on, Patanjali ji have not used this special yoga. He have discussed, he have explained the connection with the individual consciousness to higher consciousness called samadhi. He have explained on the training of mind. Then come the discipline. Atha yoga anushasan. What is the anushasan? Discipline. Discipline has the amazing power, amazing force, and positive energy, good energy it creates when you follow the discipline. But many people are not on the discipline, that's why they are not on the goal, they have not reached to the goal, they have not completed because undisciplined people. So, in a yoga is also important called discipline. We have a discipline, we follow discipline in our life, like when you go in the hospital, you follow those rules and regulations. When you go to university, in a public library, you follow those rules and discipline. But when you join the yoga lesson, the practice, check, ask, are you ready to follow? Do you follow the rules or not? So discipline word is come from the Sanskrit called Anushasanam. In Sanskrit, in English, when you translate it, of Anushasan is called discipline. There is another word is called self-discipline. On yoga, even it's not important to make discipline as an army discipline or a tough discipline. No. Even it changes to people's mind and the habits. Because the goal of yoga is to train the mind and the body. So if you try forcing to people's mind and habits to do it, will break it, will change it, will not participate or join your lesson because you are forcing. So have a flexibility, have a slow motion for them so they can understood and follow. But those are not ready yet, prepare yourself, check it. So yoga anushasan is come with a self-discipline because it is your choice, because you have interest, because you want to follow some tradition, some practice. That's why you have chosen this path. You see, I have not sent any invitation to anyone to do. People have chosen it. So it means it is a guarantee, it is sure they have chosen or they are interested on this path to follow. to do what teacher, what the master will guide to us. I will follow. So yoga start with some discipline. Yoga begin with the discipline. So in Hindi it's called Swayam ki Anushasan. You have to decide, you have to make a program for you. Then you will understand better in the practice of yoga. So after the first sutra, next sutra is come Yogas Chitta Vritti Nirodha. It is the second sutra from chapter 1. So when you are ready, when you have prepared yourself, when you have understood the purpose and the goal of yoga and the discipline of yoga, then you are ready to follow the second sutra, to understand and to practice. See, first of all, I like to explain and go little bit on the purpose behind the Yoga Sutra. Patanjali ji is the meditation teacher. Patanjali Rishi, who have taught this teaching, he is a spiritual person. He is trying to train us on the spiritual path. He is teaching us the spiritual practice to understand the function of mind, the nature of mind. So who they have prepared, understood, then you are ready to go in the next step. Otherwise, it is very difficult. Otherwise, you will never understood what is the goal of the Yoga Sutra. It is very practical, very useful. So now the second sutra, according to him, he says, Yogas Chitta Vritti Nirodha. There are 4 words. Yogas Chitta Vritti Nirodha. So according to him, he is saying, yoga is the control of the modification of conscious mind. Yoga is the control of fluctuation of a mind. So it's very clear who have no flexible body, who are not even young, who are not from India, even they can practice yoga. Who are not a Hindu or ritual person, ritualistic, even who are not believe on a God and Goddess, even who are not quite silent people, or you can say any example on this subject, and still they want to practice yoga. They want to learn yoga. They want to understand the function of mind. They want to train, help the mind and the consciousness. So he have given a sutra. It says chitta vritti. What is a vritti? Is called fluctuation. The thought waves, good, bad, positive, negative, you like, sometimes you doesn't like. So how to understand and the balance or a guide is important. So all those yogis, doesn't matter whether they are from India or from Europe or Australia, Canada, doesn't matter. All they have work with the mind. In ancient time, even now. I am happy, not happy because of mind. I like this phone, food, place, or not because of mind. So Yoga Sutra, Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha is saying whatever the fluctuations, thoughts is going on in your mind, you are going to guide, I like this word, guide or train, not control. In many books, in dictionary, have used it to control. Control sometimes it's become danger, painful, tough, hard for you in the training. Because whoever have tried to control mind, the mind itself have become more aggressive. Mind itself has become more negative, more lazy even sometimes. So that's why it's very important how to deal with the mind, how to help guide the mind, because mind, it is not a physical body. Mind even is not the tool which you can take and change suddenly. It is the energy. It is the flow, like a water, like a air. So best thing to our mind is to give a good flow, good direction. Which water in the river is flowing, you cannot stop permanently. What is the solution? Best thing is to give a good canal, the way, path, to use that energy, to use that water. So who have given the path of a water to land have helped a lot, and who have not given have changed a lot. So same thing here is applied. Who have trained the mind, who have given a good path to our mind, is called meditation. It is called pranayama. And they have reached on the higher level. They have attained a higher level. And who have not given the chance and time to that energy, they are on the same level. They are not doing anything even. Okay? So, yogas chitta vritti. Our vrittis, the fluctuations, have gone outside. Our vrittis are developed on our habits, our lifestyle. What you have done in the last 20, 40, 60 years in a life. From childhood, how you have trained to your mind, how you have trained to kids is important. So our mind is like a child. It doesn't stop. Like a baby. Baby doesn't stop on one place. You give them the expensive thing, you give them what they love, to eat, to play, but they will not stop. After some time, they will move. They love to move. But after hours of playing a game, when the energy is gone, become empty, then they go to sleep. Same thing, after hours of work, training, when you feel restless, you go to sleep. Your mind even take a rest. So my point is, on the second sutra, yogas chitta vritti nirodha, vrittis, how the vrittis is going and arising, one after one, is important. And also important is how you control your work. So in these age and time, I have developed, designed so many things. I am not focused on one project. I am not focused on the one target goal. That's why I am not able to complete it. That's why my project is not progressing. In this training and the practice, whoever have trained, whoever have guide the mind to flow on the one way, one point, they have reached, they have attained. It is called yoga. So yoga practice, according to Patanjali ji, is to control of those thoughts and then remain in your own nature. So the complete meaning, clear meaning on the second sutra from chapter 1 is the control of those modifications of thoughts wave, fluctuations of mind, and then reach in your own nature. It's what is my nature? What is your nature? It's a totally bliss, totally peace. So Patanjali ji is trying to teach us, reach in your own nature. And then the next sutra is come. In the next sutra, Patanjali ji is given the practice. On the third sutra, chapter 1, it's called Tada Drashtuhu Swarupe Avasthanam. Tada Drashtuhu Swarupe Avasthanam means then, after, look at it, see it, just become as a seers, observer, and then you will reach in your nature. It is very beautiful sutra, very important and useful for us, for practitioner. So before we go on the third, you should know about the background, the history of yourself, why he have written Tada Drashtuhu Sarupe Avasthanam. So whatever mistakes you have seen, you have found, you have experienced in the second sutra, the problems you have suffered in a life, the demand is happening, came then. So we know in a childhood, in a young age, nobody become in 6 months, in a year, great yogis, because the lots of memories and the habits is with us. So whatever you have faced it, whatever you have seen it in the second sutra, then the next step is given, is there. That's why he have used the word called tada. Tada means then, after. After means those habits. I know who am I know what is the problem and the expectations I have. Even I know the level of my mind and the memory, habits then. So in a meditation, the sutra, the third sutra is a meditation sutra, I call. So on third sutra, he is teaching, observe, see, look at it, feel it, maintain, remain as it is. Tada drashtuhu swarupe. By seeing it, observing it, reach in your own nature. You see the beauty of the sutra. You don't have to do any practice like inside. Just remain as it is. There are many examples is given in a textbook. One example I like and say to the people, to students, when you are on a one ship, when you go on a one ship, there are some birds. They travel, they want to go on another ship or another place. But on the ocean, they won't see the other ship. There's no option. They fly, those birds, miles and miles, kilometers, They won't see any trees, any island, even any ship where they can rest or stay. Then what is the option? What is the way, the place to stay? Is come back on the same ship, same cruise, because there is no way, no option. Same thing it apply here in meditation, in your training, how to guide your mind, how to take your mind on peace. So when you practice meditation, of course, on first sitting, mind does not reach on the higher level, even mind does not focus on any subject, just focus for a few seconds and then change. Then another thoughts come, then you focus, then change. But if you are keep practicing, if you are keep doing, if you are keep repeating it, that practice, guarantee you, one day you will reach on that level which is called the meditation level. So third sutra, tada drashtuhu swarupe avasthanam, is the meditation sutra. What you have seen, what you have realized, what you are suffering with the problem, just you have to remain, just you have to maintain as it is. For example, your legs get numb during meditation, then don't worry with it. Yes, if it is too much to you, you are free to change or extend the legs, but just remain, just feel. After a few minutes you will see that numbness, heaviness have gone, disappeared. Same thing, somewhere in your body is itching. Just wait for a few seconds. That itching will disappear. Same thing, what is going on fast in your mind? Zoom, zoom. Just observe. Just remain as an observer, as a seer. After some times, definitely will disappear, will change. So, keep doing it, practice, keep practicing, will help, will support. That's it. Namaste.